Catch all the best shows from your favourite fan channels on GFN Soccer TV, now streaming on Samsung TV Plus.
Yes, everybody, welcome back to DR Sports, live at 5. We've got a big conversation coming up. So, we've had probably one of the most boring weekends so far in the Premier League this season, right? It's not been great. But we've got, maybe not a Liverpool fan, we've got 4 people on the show today. It's just me. I've had a very boring weekend in the Premier League. That's literally it. We've got 4 people on the show today. We've got Laurie. Welcome back.
Big up.
Good to film with you again. We got John to my right.
In the building, I'm here, live in effect.
As always on a Monday, it tends to be, 2 Arsenal fans on this show. But also, we've got a Liverpool fan to defend his own club as well. We've got Alex back on the Monday.
At the top, it's just us. Mavado. You already know what it is.
Not for the first time Liverpool fans outnumbered by Arsenal fans.
A bit lucky.
But who's at the top?
Well, this is what I want to talk about. This is what I want to talk about.
Luck.
Oh, here we go. Come on, don't do this now, mate.
My name is Dylan. I'm your host today, and I will be your host every day this week, live at 5. Remember, on DR Sports, we're here 5 till 6, talk about all the latest football topics. But I've thought this weekend was, in terms of just watching the Premier League in general, there are a lot of goalless draws, 1-0 wins here and there. But I think, and this is a slightly hot take for me, I think Liverpool's win over Burnley, in the manner that it happened and the game that it was, is probably one of the more interesting results that's happened this season. Because Liverpool, at the moment, have a pattern, don't they? There's last-minute winners, low XG shots, getting those 3 points over the line, whereas Arsenal so far have played, they beat United just about 1-0, but then some of your other results, especially at the Emirates, have looked good. Zubimendi's scoring some goals. He win 3-0. Gyökeres now has 3 goals in his 2 games at the Emirates. And there, we'd say it's the 2 teams at the moment who are the most firing, I think. Maybe Man City as well, after beating United on the weekend. 3-0, very convincing. But they're the 2 teams I think that most people are talking about in the title race. But I kind of want to pose the question, Liverpool, are they better so far this season, or are they getting worse of last season, or is what they're doing sustainable? Is this just the stuff of champions, as I know Alex has said on Twitter many times? Is it just winning these games of the stuff of champions, or is the luck going to run out? And are they going to start, playing against Burnley, these games against Burnley, not getting the 7 minutes extra time that they've had before, maybe only getting 2 or 3, and seeing some draws in key games?
It's what you hope that's going to happen.
I will take issue with one thing you said there, and this is a discussion that I've already been involved with this morning. I would take issue with the word luck, and obviously I'm an Arsenal fan, but and the reason why I say this as well is because this kind of luck stuff has been levelled at us in previous seasons as well. If you win a game late, Dylan, right, it's not necessarily luck. It could be just the way the game plays out. If you score a goal in the 89th or 95th or 96th minute, or you score a goal in the first minute, you still scored. You still meant to score the goal. What about that win against Burnley was luck for you? What constitutes luck?
Well, I'm not necessarily saying they are lucky. I'm just asking.
No, but you use the word luck in your summary.
I think
it's more, they had to rely on a Burnley player messing up after failing to score.
Bro, we had 27 shots, they had 3. That is a ridiculous way to look at the game. There was one team trying to win that football match, and it wasn't Burnley.
Oh, yeah, no,
They did well to hold on to a 0-0 for 95 minutes, but this is what
was it a penalty?
Of course it was.
Easily.
So exactly.
Easily.
So where's and Salah steps up.
The question.
And Salah steps up. Now I think it's important for us to have this conversation because, no disrespect to you, but I've heard a few people saying that same thing, and I've jumped down their throat as well. It is not luck when Salah steps up after he's awarded a penalty, which, let's face it, was a penalty, converts it with aplomb. That is not luck. The goal they scored against Newcastle, okay, it was very late. Are you telling me that was luck? That was a fantastic goal. I mean, the Newcastle player didn't touch the ball in the lead up to that goal until they picked the ball out the net. That finish from a 16-year-old kid after that dummy by Szoboszlai, that reminded me, I said on the previous show, that reminded me of watching Brazil in the 70s. That's how good a goal that was. The goal they scored against us, my own team, Szoboszlai, come on, bro. That was
But also, listen,
execution of skill at the highest
taking
level.
their chances,
Not only that,
man.
when people said, "Oh, but if he hits another, he could get another 100 like that, he won't score." 2 days later, the man did exact same thing for Hungary against Ireland.
Yeah, and also
It's
the
not
word luck is winning the lottery. When 15 million people apply and you get drawn out the hat to win 10 million quid, that's luck. It's a mentality thing that is ingrained into our football club. We've got 47 last-minute winners in the Premier League era. The nearest to that is 29. This is a Liverpool thing. We keep going. Mo Salah after the game said we always push to the very end. We push to the limit. And also, I mean, for a Manchester United fan to be chatting about luck when in the 90s and mid-noughties, the Makeda goal, the last-minute winners, that was like they called it Fergie time. That wasn't because they were lucky. They did it every week. It's because it's a mentality thing. And I'll be honest, I don't expect Arsenal fans to relate. When they say, oh, it's lucky, the luck's going to run out, you should be scared that Liverpool playing badly and still winning every single game. Wait till we actually start playing well.
No, you need to.
Yeah, and we start really smashing teams up. The performance is there that matches the result. At the minute, playing badly and winning, fine by me, no problem at all. That is what champions do.
I just think totally like just a chance of just having the last minute, like.
Yeah, but what's lucky about scoring a goal in the last minute?
No.
You're frustrated, so you think it's luck, but it's actually not.
A handball to happen
It was a
after.
handball.
At least if they scored through the match, okay. But a handball at the last minute.
No, but
and then
John,
Salah
John.
to step on and score. No,
Come on, John.
John, how is that
Come on,
luck?
John.
Tell me how that's
Look how
lucky.
upset he is. This is what it really is. It's because he's
And then
angry.
they want to buy East. No, I
look.
said they should not allow that. They shouldn't have taken the. Do you
This
think
isn't
do you
luck.
think you're Real Madrid, bro? How are you trying?
Trent left us thinking he was going to join the Galacticos, and then we became the Galacticos. What John is displaying right
It's
now is a
unfair.
classic case of seconditis. You're so frustrated that the last 3 years you haven't won the league. You're looking at everyone who is winning the league and going, "Oh, I hate them. I just wish they would lose." Let's call it lucky, but actually, I'm just really annoyed that that's not us.
All right, let me
That's what it
use
is. And
another.
You can admit that.
Nah,
It's fine.
John's a professional fighter of
Yeah, big up,
of
John.
much
Didn't
repute.
mean it.
Yeah, if you're fighting somebody, okay, right, John, and this has probably happened to you, by the way, and you go into that last 2 rounds or last round, and then you knock the guy out,
Is that luck?
and then you hear your opponent say, "Oh, he was lucky." No, you meant to throw that punch. You set him up.
Come
You
on,
landed,
John.
and he went out. It's not. It's
Why
not
you
luck.
trying to knock it
Laurie's
that
on
way?
fire
Why you
today.
come?
This is-
Hello.
No, but one of the
Sorry,
reasons
I'm
why.
ever
No, but one of the reasons why I got triggered when people, because I even got somebody stopped me in the supermarket yesterday, and said the same thing. Liverpool lucky. I said no, they're not. It's not luck, bro. You have to give them credit, even though it kind of hurts me to say.
Yeah,
You
it
have to
does,
give them
it
credit
does.
because, as Alex says, you play to the final whistle. Some teams, they're just better at doing that than other teams. Maybe they keep their concentration more. Maybe they're fitter. Maybe it's a combination of both. I mean, the Burnley lad who done that was poor on his part.
He's an idiot.
Yeah.
He should never have done that. Then we
He's
wouldn't be having this
ex-United
conversation.
academy as well.
That's
not
Liverpool.
luck.
If you slip once, that's it with them. Have you noticed it? Like if you make one
Tiny
full
error.
of concentration, they're just being consistently attacking. They're trying.
So
But
it's
if
not luck
you
then?
slip, they capitalize.
So it's not luck then. So it's not luck.
They
is it?
capitalize.
He's just
John,
frustrated.
John,
It's
I
not
want-
him. Look, he's got
Yeah,
grit.
no, I
And
wanna
then he
ask
won the
John,
league,
what's
and then
your-
added Isak on it. It doesn't.
What's your assessment of Liverpool as a rival
Music
to
to my
Arsenal
ears.
for this league title?
Jesus.
How do you see Arsenal? Like, can you match up to Liverpool this season? Do you think? Because we've spoken a lot about saying how this is Arteta's probably final season to push for that league title and try and get it. If he doesn't do it again,
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
no, like I think
I
like,
said he has to win a trophy. I didn't say he has to.
yeah, but
win
would
the
you
league.
would you take fourth in a Carabao Cup?
I wouldn't.
Personally,
Like,
I would,
exactly,
yeah.
like,
Can't.
like,
No,
what-
but John, you asked me.
So what I think the situation with Arteta is he has to at the very least push for 38 games because you haven't.
Oh,
really
yeah, of
done
course,
that.
yeah, of
But
course,
I want to ask John, how do you assess almost Arsenal's chances against Liverpool given the first 4 games of the season? Because Liverpool have had 4. Obviously, they beat you at Anfield, and they've
how
had
hurt he
bar
is.
that we've had Arsenal have had 3 last-minute winners, but at the same time, Arsenal have looked very strong. You still look strong. You're scoring goals. You look very, very astute and easily you can win almost every game at the Emirates. Like, how do you assess it? And how do you feel
Okay.
after 4 games in?
There's a truth. I'm gonna get this one out of the way because Liverpool, they won the league. Yeah,
Yep. Walked
last
the
season.
league.
Yeah,
Walked it.
they walked the league. All right, they walked the league. at first it was just us and City with things, and then Liverpool come out of nowhere again, pow, come and take the league,
we were
and
top the
then
whole season.
they go and add one of the best midfielders out there and the strikers to there. Yeah, that's one. And then now us now, yeah. I just feel that okay, we whoop the little teams, yeah, little or mid teams where we're meant to. Like I don't even want to over celebrate. We're meant to kick their ass, but I want to see that same energy, that same one, dealing with Liverpool like that. That the way we dealt with Notts.
Do it then. You had the chance 2 weeks ago, bro. And what did you do?
Please,
Tried to get
because
a
someone
draw.
listen to talk to Arteta, and I hope he's watching right this
He won't
second
be
now.
watching.
Please, this is how you dealt with Nottingham, and we got City coming. I want them
do
to
that to
deal
us.
with them like this. It's not just a
You
little
had the
teams. I
chance.
want us to deal with them, Europe, and then I can hear how
Europe?
confident these
You've never won
Liverpool
Europe.
fans are. Oh Lord,
We're going for number 7 next year.
And you see
wish
what
they were
Arsenal do.
us.
I can't argue with them. I can't even argue
all
with these
facts.
Liverpool fans. I can't. This is what Arsenal are doing. So this is the frustration where it's like, I can't settle for a Carabao Cup. I can't.
Might not even get
I
that.
can't. Even if I don't think I'll celebrate. Even
Nah,
an
you
FA.
would celebrate.
I'm not celebrating. No
Even
way.
the FA. I thought that was
No.
my
Because
God.
I know, John.
I
I know
want-
you. I know you. You're a
Listen,
hardcore
listen,
Arsenal
no,
fan.
no.
If we get to the final, you'll be ringing me
What,
up. and saying,
Carabao
"Norwich,
Cup?
you know who's got tickets?"
No,
Come on.
no, not in this
I know
mindset.
you.
Though.
I
No,
know
no.
You, you
The
say that
Carabao-
now. It's
If we-
easy to say that now.
Wait.
It's
if we-
easy to say that
no,
now,
listen.
isn't it? But come February next
Wait.
year,
If we
But
finish second,
also, of course, he'll celebrate the Carabao Cup because also it's in February. You might be winning the Carabao Cup and also second 1 or 2 points off Liverpool. Then obviously you are going to celebrate the Carabao
is that a
Cup. You're in the
celebration?
final.
Okay, is that a celebration? No, please ask me.
But then it's
Carabao
come to the end
and
of
a
the
Carabao
season.
Cup, and I said no.
shall I tell you what?
You haven't
All right,
you haven't won a
answer your
trophy
question.
in like
Let me
5
answer
years.
this question.
don't
Let me
care.
answer your question. When was the last time we won the Carabao Cup?
I don't.
You have to
I
go
don't-
back
I'm
to
not
the
interested,
early
I'll be honest.
1990s.
I'm not interested. Well, yeah,
Yeah, but-
Carabao Cup. Yeah,
So we can't afford to be snobbish, can we, really?
We
We
need
can't.
the Premier League, bro.
Yeah,
We
you
do.
need the
Minimum.
Premier League.
No, we do.
But you also need to win
But
a
we also
trophy.
need
We
to
need
win
that
other
Champions
trophies.
League. You need the Premier League.
I don't think we're in a position, John, to be
Come and
snobbish.
get it
Okay,
then.
wait.
Come and get it off us.
No, please help me with
We
this
will.
guy.
We will get it off you.
What
Heard
is the
that for
difference,
time.
yeah? Finish 4th and below and getting the Carabao.
No, I didn't say we finished fourth.
No, I'm
You
saying
said
that. No, wait. I say someone that finishes 4th, 8th, and wins the Carabao Cup. To us, then finishing second and getting the
No, but what I'm saying, John, we have to humble ourselves. Sorry, I don't want to take over the
No, keep going.
conversation. We as Arsenal fans, we need to be careful. We don't want to. We need to humble ourselves. We've not. The last trophy we won was back in 2020, won the FA Cup. We've not won the Carabao Cup or the League Cup in old money since the 1990s. We cannot afford to make statements. Oh, that is nothing. It's a major domestic trophy. Okay. Of the 4 trophies there is to win, the league, the Champions League, the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, I will admit that the Carabao Cup status is the lowest of those 4. That being said, we've not won that particular competition since the 1990s.
So why do we
Right.
play our second tier players for that competition?
No, but
It's
most
a big
teams
thing.
do that, though. Most teams
do that in the early
Every
rounds
team
because you'll
that does
play,
that.
in theory, teams like Grimsby. Obviously,
if it's
I know,
a big
I know we lost to
competition-
them. but like,
No, but the reason for all those cup competitions is that you give your other players in your squad, the peripheral players, a chance to show what they're worth. in
also,
those
Arsenal
competitions.
have enough players to play a second string team in those competitions and have a good one. Like, let's say all your players are fit, you're still starting Maresca at centre back, for example. Mosquera, sorry, who's been fantastic. Arsenal, and
Yep.
let's say Saka's fit. When you're playing a Championship or League One team in the Carabao Cup, it's still Noni is playing on the right wing, who's shown himself to be amazing, by the way, so
Yeah,
far. I think
of
he's been
course.
fantastic.
Yeah, Noni, I owe him an apology.
To go back to Liverpool, because there's also, you were saying this just before we went live as well, is just have a quick talk about Mohamed Salah.
Yeah, to be fair, I was trolling Alex a little bit because I know.
I know
like
you were,
trolling
but it's
Alex,
also
and B, I
it's
know
a
he-
conversation to be had.
But yeah, I mean, what I was saying was Salah, he's had 4 games now and he's not looked himself. Okay, he scored goals, but he's not the Salah that we're used to seeing. I think even Alex would admit that. In fact, he did admit it. But hang on, let me finish before you. Yeah. So what I'm saying, in terms of the level of performance that he's producing at the moment, he's not producing the levels that we've seen. Now, we all know that Salah, he's no spring chicken. He's getting on a bit. So I was suggesting to Alex, could it be that maybe he's peaked and he's not that guy that he was, which I think is a fair question to ask.
But a bad season for Mo Salah is like 29 goals in all comps. His level is here for so long that when it's here, you're going, he's fell off. But his level
I wasn't necessarily talking about goals, though. I was talking about levels of performance.
Yeah.
He's not had a good game yet.
But Mo Salah has never really been the Messi performances levels. It's like he'll have an okay game and he'll score 3 and assist 1.
Yeah, that's true.
But his level here is still better than 90%.
Is Salah, so just in light of that, saying that necessarily his performances aren't always fantastic, is it just a case of Salah might be playing close to where he's always been, but he doesn't need to be the one to score 3 and assist 1 at the end of the game? Because you've now got Ekitike, you've still got... Yeah, but so far this season he hasn't. Right,
he scored 2 and got an assist in 4 games. It's a 1 in 2 record.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is you have other players now who can take that on.
I know, but you look at Mane, Firmino and Salah, when they were at their pomp, Salah was scoring 44, Firmino 27, Mane 22, Isaac will probably come in and score 20 odd, Ekitike will... I mean, last season, Gakpo and Diaz scored 19 each, and Salah got 20 assists. Mm-hmm. I think this is just everyone hoping that...
No, I'm not hoping. Because when I said that, even you used the words SHIT to describe some of his performances so far this season. You did.
When?
When we were talking, because it was off camera. Anyway, you may have been...
The answer to your question is, it doesn't matter.
Okay, fine.
Because
I was just posing the question.
He'll still be clutch, and he'll still... I agree, his performances haven't been amazing for actually probably the last 2 months of the season as well. But it didn't matter.
Okay,
because he still scored 35, 20 assists.
He's still a great player. Listen, man, you know me. I like Salah.
It's more the assists that I'm looking at.
But I was merely pointing out my observation that since the season started, I've not seen Salah impress or look himself. You know what I'm saying?
Gets the assist for the winner against Newcastle.
He somehow just pulls it out the bag, though. I can still see him somehow.
Top players.
He's an asset.
He's still there.
Don't give him space because he somehow is.
I was posing the question: could it be that we're starting to see maybe Salah have hit his peak already, and you know what I'm saying?
I don't think he's ever going to have the numbers that he had last season again. But also partly, I think his last season was a very particular freak. The numbers he was putting up was unfathomable. I really do think that. But Alex,
he was player of the season.
Yeah, he was amazing. Alex, I do want to ask you, how long I'm gonna start that question again. How long do you think Salah has left at Liverpool, being the absolute main guy on the right wing? And would you be happy to just see him there forever, or would there be a point where you'd want to maybe get rid while he's still going high and then reinvest on someone else?
Get rid.
I'm saying, let's say he doesn't really hit the ground running this season.
He's got 2 years left on his contract that he signed this season. I think the idea is at the minute that they're looking at Elise to potentially replace him in 2 years. At that point, Elise could be worth 100 million himself. But people just go so early with these questions every season about Salah. He's a 1-season wonder that's playing in his 9th season. He's just become 4th leading highest goal scorer in the Prem. He's 20 away from Wayne Rooney. He's 28 away from Harry Kane. And people are asking, has he fallen off? The disrespect that this man gets.
I wasn't being disrespectful. I was just speculating about the levels of performance. Because even you said that so far this season
it's not just me, it's every Liverpool fan.
So
Where's
I was
salaries
just posing the
ghosted,
question,
blah, blah, blah.
is it because maybe physically he's not... Because
physically he's in top shape.
I'm not talking about when he takes his top off. There's a difference between aesthetics.
He's got abs like a cheese grater, man.
Exactly, you're talking about aesthetics. Believe it or not, my stomach's fairly flat for my age. It doesn't mean to say...
tie as well, remember?
It doesn't mean to say that I'm as fit as I was even 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get you, bro. I get you. And I think
what I'm saying is not to disrespect the man. I was just mainly posing the question. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. There's a little bit of trolling, but I wasn't being disrespectful.
Well, at least we know what it is.
I think Elise would be an incredible replacement for him. Talk about kind of maintaining the levels. Elise was, I think, one of the best attacking players in Europe when he was at Crystal Palace.
Yeah,
easily, and he's gone to Bayern Munich and he's just kept it.
He's gone up levels since he's gone to
that'll be a
Bayern, which is
dangerous
what I
buy.
expected, to be honest.
As Arsenal fans, how have you guys assessed Gyökeres in his opening 4 games? Obviously, he got a lot of stick again when he's playing against United because he had kind of dodgy moments. He then scored his first couple goals. He's looked good at home, but then against Liverpool again, it was in another big game where he looks maybe a little off it. How have you assessed how's he been so far?
I'm greatly encouraged by Gyökeres. I mean, obviously John will have his own opinion, but for me, I think he's a fantastic signing. I think what we need to do as a club is to play more to his strengths, and you saw that on Saturday with the second goal. Which for me, I mean, I know Zubamendi got the highlight reel goal and that was a fantastic goal. But for me, the goal that excited me the most on Saturday was our second goal because that's exactly what we need. Eze on the left, ball into the box, perfectly weighted. Gyökeres comes in and scores. That is a Gyökeres goal. Like, if you watched a lot of his goals for Sporting, that's how he scored. And if you notice as well, as soon as Gyökeres puts up ball in the net, what is the first thing he does? He doesn't even look to celebrate. He runs around and he points to Eze as if to say, this is what I want. So I'm encouraged by that. If we play to his strengths, he will get 20 goals a season. I've got no doubt in that. He's got 3 already.
Yeah, I think he's showing the reason why you bought him. It's not necessarily to score against Liverpool, to score against United. It's to get you over the line in those games that you would draw last season. For the last 3 seasons, you lose.
But in order to do that, Dylan, we have to play to the man's strength. See, people need to understand. So, for example, Gyökeres is not like what Salah does. He doesn't score goals like Salah, where Salah runs half the length of the pitch, cuts inside, beats 2 men, puts it in the top corner. That's not really Gyökeres' forte. Forte is one of those strikers. He's on the end of things, So he needs the balls played into him early, and he gets most of his goals in and around the box, if you see what I mean. He's not a Aubameyang, he's not a Salah. But if we play to his strengths, he will score.
I feel like this is a type of striker that we have been asking for. This is what we need. Like you've got other players, they've all got the flair, movement, technical. We need that kind of just a striker that is just all he is looking is at the goal. And I think he ain't proper woken up yet. I feel like there's still more for us to see, for him to just start getting used to how we play and how they play with him and he finishes. But we need him, or like him, to get in a way where it's just like he's got the ball, it's just a goal. I don't want him to pass it. Don't think about just be selfish with it and boom. Like there's one bit I was so happy with that match, is when he hit the post. I know it sounds crazy, but it was the venom of that hit. I was playing it loud in my speakers. I was doing something like I was just like I was watching it, but I was cleaning up. I heard. Blah! I even went for cover, bro. Like the way it went, boom! It just, and I was like, it was Gyökeres. I was like, yes, more. Send fear into the opponent. I want them, when that ball hits Gyökeres, the whole opposition is holding their seats, their hearts, their head is down. When they see Gyökeres with that ball and he's running,
he scored though.
Yes,
he scored.
No, but in that moment, hit the post.
Yeah, hit the post. Okay. But it's still that it shows that you're trying that. Like, could you imagine the keeper's mind hearing that and thinking, I've got to save, bro. I've got to save that.
I can't believe I'm hearing someone hitting a post more hyped up than him actually scoring.
No, I think the point that no, but John's made a good point. What he's saying, the directness of he picked up the ball. He only had one thing on his mind, and that's to score. Too many times. I'm with you on that, by the way. Too many times as Arsenal fans, we've seen our strikers on the edge of the box. They get an opportunity, they prevaricate, they wait, and then they pass. What John's saying, no, when this man got the ball in that situation, he looked up, bang, and it hit the post. But what John is saying, the directness, the energy, the power, that's a good thing to see.
It's why City beat United so easily yesterday. Part of it was just Haaland's box crash.
Yeah.
Like, because you box crash, it sends everyone backwards. Like the defending team, if you're always getting in the 6-yard box, they're not defending on the right on the edge of the area or on the penalty spot. They're defending in the 6-yard box.
And I would say this,
everything's
I would say this. I'd be interested to hear what you guys think. To me, Gyökeres he's of all the other number 9s in the Premier League, he's the most identifiable to Haaland. So you got Haaland. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying
I can hear it.
In terms of playing style, he's very much like Haaland.
the modern day
His job is the most similar for sure.
Yeah.
Because the modern day strikers almost like kind of change. You don't have them old school strikers like, let me say, like someone like Shearer, Christian Vieri, that kind of old school that is just in that box, ready to just pound.
Power.
Yeah, and that is it. You know, now we've got it's more pretty boy strikers, like get miserable, do it, you know, pass it, the perfect goal. I want just
Look at the goal he scored
goal.
against Leeds, by the way. That was a very good individual goal. Remember the goal he scored against
Yeah,
Leeds? Not the
yeah.
penalty, obviously.
He could
He
have
picked up
passed
the
it.
ball inside the box, and again, okay, this one was less about power and more about placement. But he picks up the ball. He's looking at the goal. He's thinking, right, I'm going to go for it, and he scored a very good goal. That is at Arsenal, and what John is saying is true. We've waited a long time for a striker like that, and now it would appear we've got one.
You needed it last season,
did.
big time.
We did.
Big time. You needed that
Selfish,
last
that's
season.
it.
Because too many times where you see Kai Havertz, I know it became a meme, but it's because it was true. He hit the post, hit the crossbar, like in the
'Cause he's
really
not a
key
natural
moment.
finisher, he's not a
He'd
natural
keep doing it,
striker.
keep doing it.
Whereas
Gyökeres has his faults.
Yeah.
He has his faults. He's a bit clumsy at points, but at the end of the day, you do what Eze did, and he will score.
Exactly.
He'll
And
get in the
that's-
right position. And he will score. That cross from Eze, by the way.
Oh man,
Fantastic.
That's why
First
we brought him to
time.
the club.
Yeah.
That is sublime. You know what I mean? He didn't even take a second touch. You know?
It's good that he
Yeah.
can do that stuff where he's going outside and cutting back rather than he's just going to cut in and look to shoot or across. That's like touchline hugging wing play, like proper wing play, which I don't actually have him down as like an out and out left winger.
He's not.
more of a.
He's more of
floater
a. He's
inside,
what I
but
would
it's
call.
good.
I
It's
use
good
the
that he
term,
can mix it up though.
He's a left-sided creative forward. He's not a winger. He's not going to hug the
Yeah,
touch.
I'd agree with that.
But he creates and plays on that left and he plays in the forward position.
But he looked good on the left, and I hope
Yeah.
that he takes it, because we need it. I do wish that he played him against Liverpool as well.
He should have.
You know what I mean?
The
He should have
manager was
started.
up
He
for
should
it.
have started.
I
yeah.
don't know.
100%.
Yeah.
I think that kind of links into back to what we were talking about earlier in terms of when I was asking you about how you see Arsenal match up against Liverpool. It's that
Very
kind of
well.
game where I think Liverpool won the game through a fantastic goal towards the end, as they have done so far this season, but they were there for the taking.
I think so.
For Arsenal, if
I know Alex might agree.
Arteta had been bolder
I agree.
and shown more personality.
But they didn't.
Yeah, they,
I know,
and they
but
didn't.
What,
I
what
think
I'm
this
saying,
is,
hopefully you will learn the lessons of that. We're hoping that you will learn
Have
from
to.
that, because I'm not going to lie. When we played Liverpool, right, and John was with me actually, he was at Box Park. You heard, didn't
I
it,
was
the
here, I was
reaction
here.
of the Arsenal fans. Oh,
Yeah.
you weren't there?
No, I was here.
Right,
Yeah.
so when we was at Box Park, I was watching the game. When that team was announced, there was a collective groan amongst Arsenal fans in attendance, because we were thinking, yo, man, what are you doing?
yeah.
Like, Eze, he should have started that game. We should be there at Anfield looking to make a statement. We dropped the ball on that day, and it disappointed me when I heard the likes of Cesc and Robbie said, but it was only 1-0. No, we could have beaten them that day. I'm convinced about it. We didn't, and we've got to take our licks, but hopefully the manager will learn from that.
We've got some news coming out of Man United at the moment.
Well,
Amram's still there. He's still there. He's still there.
Still there?
I want him a
Obviously,
lifetime
then-
contract.
He's having them. He's doing a good
so
job,
this morning,
man. Yeah.
this morning it came out that the United still backing him. They still retain. He still retains full support of
Is that
everybody.
a false narrative, you reckon, or what?
No, with United, nothing comes out this club anymore in terms of transfers, for example. Things were only started to come out if it was already close to being complete. There aren't loads of leaks and things here and there a lot in the summer. So I feel like from Ineos' side, when they say they're backing him, it's because that's the club line.
Are you happy or disappointed with that?
I think it's too far gone at this point. I don't he's not making the change that he needs to make stay in this position. So I look at it and think you may as well go then.
I reckon, right, and this is just, I'm from
go
the
on.
outside looking in. You can shout me down if you want to. It's not my club. However, I think if United was smart, what they would do, they'd be contacting Iriola as we speak and try and line him up for the next international break, because I think Amarim's a dead.
I think Iriola would be an amazing appointment.
Yeah, I think
It'd ruin his career if he went there though.
Why?
This early. It's just such a mountain of a job to take that. Listen, he's great at
but they'd give
Bournemouth.
him time, wouldn't they?
Well,
That's what they said about Amarim.
They need to give someone
That's what
time.
they said about Ollie. That's what they said about Ten Hag. They'll get time, but when it gets that
No, but they
bad,
have
you
had time. All
instantly
those
have to
managers
leave.
have had time. They have had time.
Is it because
A
they
year?
rely on the old Manchester United,
Not that
how it
much.
was like, the history of Man United, like why they just get rid of managers so soon? Because it don't make sense. And it's like, you look at the greats like Keane. Now, when I saw Roy Keane talking about Man United and the way he was disgusted, it was like as if there was a piece of doo-doo in front of him and he smelled it and he's just talking about
Maybe
like,
it was.
it's like he will go in that change room, pull out his belt and
I'd be
beat all the
throwing
players.
punches in there.
Yeah, but he wasn't. He wasn't.
It's
exactly a
absolute
great manager
disgrace.
himself, was he?
But
No, he didn't. He didn't have a good
Yellow card.
managerial career at all.
Go and punch
still-
somebody. There's no yellow cards
were
in the
hurt.
derby.
Him, guaranteed, the legends itself, of Man United are hurt, and I don't know if that pressure's on the club, but it's like I feel like they have to face it. Like by now, they are like a mid-table
They're in a
club.
mess.
What
You know
the
I'm
issue is that I think with Amorim more than anything, and it grates me so much, is he shoots himself in the foot every single game. Every time you look at his lineup selection, everything, right? You look at it and you go, most of that's actually okay, and then he makes one really stupid decision that ruins all of it. So, for example, if I'm taking City, for example, the City game last night. We played. Most of that starting 11 was the starting 11 I wanted to see, and then it was Ugarte and Bruno in midfield, and it was like everything around it fine. They're probably the best players we could have possibly played, and then you say I want strength in midfield, so that's why I've played Ugarte, and then you go, okay, but then why have you played Bruno? And then you look at the City's team and you know exactly what Pep's going to do. He's going to play Foden as the only creator in the middle. And you watch the whole game and Foden is just sat in a box between the centre-backs and the midfielders, so no one's actually marking him. And no matter how strong the player you play is, you could play Declan Rice, right? In the middle of that place right there. And if you don't tell Declan Rice to go and like man mark Foden, for example, Foden will still do what he did. No, I don't think. There's very few, and I know Coach Cam said this on SCM last night, there are very few, if any, midfielders in the world who can actually do the job that Ruben Amorim wants from his midfielders. And it's the same with the wide centre-backs. The wide centre-backs have to step in build-up if they got the ball. They've also got to cover out wide, and they've also got to stay back. So they've got to go forwards and back and wide. It's one person. You can't play all three positions. And I feel like his instructions in the Premier League, it might work in Portugal, where it's slower and less physical, but when you have the most physical teams in world football playing against you, they're going to find your gaps. They're going to exploit your gaps with world-class players and a world-class manager.
Right, I hear
and
you.
so I see his decisions, and I just think, why are you doing this to yourself?
There's only one
Right,
thing
go
I would say, because I did the watch along on DR Sports yesterday, right? And I've got to be honest, United actually made a decent start to that game.
We do. So we are okay.
If it was purely the system,
We're okay
why did you
in
make
the
such a good start?
because it's not like we play badly all over the pitch all the time. I don't think that. We're good in some areas, but it's not the key areas. We're good in certain areas, like combining play, getting the ball to the wing backs, all that. We tend to be pretty all right on the ball. But and then when it comes to defending Erling Haaland and getting the ball to our striker, we're always second best. I saw, 13, 14 crosses go in yesterday. All of them went over Šeško's head. He is a 6'5" striker with one of the biggest leaps in the Premier League, and you're hitting it over his head. How and
Yeah, that
why?
was Dorgu. He was terrible.
It was all of them. They kept hitting over Šeško to the back post. Šeško has Kusanov and
But is that the
Diaz
system,
in height.
though?
I don't know.
Because don't forget as
I
well,
don't know.
when you guys played Arsenal, I've got to admit, you surprised me. You're actually the
Yes.
better team for large parts of that game.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, I know the system has been criticised, and quite rightly, but is it purely the system if...
It's
There are
Amorim's
games
decisions
when
and instructions. So yesterday as well, another thing he said was, the reason I play Bruno Fernandes deep is because he's someone who can, when he gets the ball in midfield, can progress the ball forwards. But how Bruno progresses the ball forwards is passing. So if Bruno passes the ball forwards, he's not there in the final third to distribute it. Whereas someone like Kobbie Mainoo, when we saw it, you would have seen it. When he came on, he gets the ball and he runs with it forwards. Like that, when he skipped round like two
Yeah,
players
I
with
saw
one
that,
dribble. The way Kobbie Mainoo runs with the ball is he takes the ball with his feet from the halfway line to the final third, meaning that you have other players such as Bruno Fernandes already there for Mainoo to distribute the ball to. When you've got Bruno Fernandes deeper and Bruno Fernandes passes the ball, because passing is faster than dribbling and running, right? All of our players are still at the back. So they've got to sprint forwards and Bruno passes the ball, then suddenly it's, okay, one of your the three players you should be running through, one of them has to come deep, to collect the ball, like Mbumo or Šeško or Ahmad, have to come deep to collect the ball, meaning suddenly you've only got 2 players on the attack. So Ahmad then has to turn and find one of them. Whereas if it was Mainu carrying the ball, there'd be 5 players in attack to pass to.
You do make
so suddenly it's 2 versus 4 instead of 5 versus 4.
Here's the.
And I don't understand why he
corollary
makes
to
these
that.
instructions.
Is it the system though? Because it's like you've got good players.
No, but have they though?
It's
Because
the-
look at the.
Yes,
Mbeumo,
yes,
like
we
when
do.
Mbeumo was running at you, yeah, I can't lie. I was in fear for California at first. When Mbeumo was at top and he's just running with the ball at you.
Mbeumo,
have good
but
players.
Mbeumo, it was pretty much Mbeumo versus City yesterday. I mean,
That's
what I
because
want to
we
highlight
kept
is.
having only 2 players up front instead of the 5
He
that we
puts
could.
in work.
Yeah, but okay,
when
but
he's running at you,
let's talk about the 3 goals that you could. They were poor defensive errors.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Can
I
we
think our
blame the
defending-
manager for that?
Doku was dancing. No. Like, yeah, that first goal, Doku worked for it. I feel anyway. He was dancing with that ball.
No, that
he
was
was
good play,
dancing,
but-
and he crossed it, and then he lost it and went back for it. And
Yeah, but who
like,
was there to challenge
Luke
Foden?
Shaw. Luke Shaw had a very bad game. So
Oh, he's
Luke
terrible.
Shaw,
He always
Luke
does.
Shaw lost his man.
When does he have a good game?
He has a good game 1 in every 4, I think.
Years.
And they're all, yeah, probably considering his injuries.
4 years,
But
maybe.
but so it was Shaw who got skipped past by Dorgu. Haaland was running down Shaw's side when he scored, and also Shaw lost his man.
Well, he
when
got
he was defending
violated.
Foden.
The man got violated by
Yeah.
Haaland, man.
Yeah, this is what I mean.
Got
So
dashed to the ground.
I
Man,
like
yo,
De
get
Ligt
off
and
me,
I
man.
like De Ligt
Ooh,
and I
boy.
like Lenny Yoro, right? I like those two. I think Lenny Yoro is an amazing footballer, but I think
didn't play
Luke
well
Shaw was
yesterday.
but he didn't have a good game. But I think overall we have good players, but they're being set up to fail. They are being
You
set up
say,
to
all
fail,
right,
and I
so
don't
let's
understand.
take that as its logical extension. You say you got these good players. Who are they? Yeah, I'll give you Mbeumo.
So players who I actually like, right? I like Lenny Yoro. I like Ahmad. I like Bruno. I like Mainu. I like
Mainu's back.
Cunha. I like Šeško from what I've seen so far. I like Mbumo. I thought Šeško was good yesterday. He didn't score,
Šeško.
but considering the fact that it was 2v4 the entire time, I thought he played pretty well. But he needs to score a goal.
He didn't play
Yeah, go on.
well. You can say, what would you give him out of 10? 5?
I'd give him like a 6. I'd give him like a 5-6 out of 10. But I'm
I'd give him
comparing
a
him to
what
how
would you
Rasmus
give?
Højlund was.
He didn't do. I mean, he had one shot.
I thought he was all right. But this is the thing is I think he's
Sesko?
stiffed. But
don't-
I think he, along with pretty much all our
4 out of
players,
10?
are getting stiffed by the instructions.
Laurie, have we dodged a bullet by not getting Sesko?
Hell no! Are you mad?
You mean hell yeah?
Yeah, that's a
Wait, I'm
What did
confused.
you say?
Have we dodged a bullet?
Dodged
Hell
a
yes.
bullet.
yeah, that's what
I-
I'm thinking.
I
Because I look, that's what I was thinking.
Oh,
but
sorry.
go.
Yeah. I thought you meant the other way
'Cause that's
around.
what I was thinking.
Listen, I was saying, I got into arguments with James B. Shout out to James B. When he was doing videos saying, oh, look at Sesko, this is why, because apparently word was going around at the time that Arteta favoured Sesko over
Yes.
Gyökeres. That's what we was hearing.
Your scouting department did.
Okay, our scouting
But yeah.
department. And so James and Graham, shout out to Graham, they put out a long video. I watched all of it, extolling the virtues of Sesko. Oh, he does this, he's got a great leap, 6'5". This is going to be a smart move. Okay, Gyökeres is will get you more goals, but over time. And I said, no, we don't want him, man. We want a gun man up top. That's
No,
what we want.
I think for Arsenal, Gyökeres was a better signing. But
Yes.
I think overall, our players look worse because of the instructions, the impossible instructions they're given, and
Okay.
that gives me a good segue into what I wanted to
But
initially
I
introduce.
would say I agree about it. He was no more than a 5 out of 10 yesterday.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he did 7
But
out
you
eight
said he
out of 10
played really
performance.
well.
No, I didn't say he played really well.
What did you say?
I said he played quite well considering the circumstances he had.
He took away the
How
really.
how do you expect him to do well against Man City?
Replace it with quiet.
No. I get it.
Played well,
I get it.
but
I
quite
can't
well.
sit
Not
here. I
really-
can't
not
sit
really well,
here.
Quite well.
I can't sit here and say he had a world-class game. 'Cause he didn't, right?
Oh,
He didn't.
hell no,
But
obviously.
I don't know how any of our players are meant to have world-class
Mbeumo
performances.
played well.
Because I think he's just an incredible footballer.
He is.
But you need, like this system, so many of them, these players, have instructions that no one can follow because they're ridiculous.
Right.
That's the crux I have with Amorim.
No, but if
and
he's
he can
6'5",
make.
you've got to whip a few crosses in the box.
Yeah, and they went over his head.
He's athletic.
This is what I was saying right at the beginning. They kept crossing over his head to the back post. And why are you
so
crossing?
rubbish,
Why are you
man.
crossing to Mbumo and Ahmad when you've got Šeško there?
You lot are
Actually,
so
just hit his
rubbish.
man.
You know what it is with Man United? Let me be straight. I know it is. I've seen it for these last couple seasons. They know how to waste your potential. That's how I think.
We keep doing it. We keep
you have
doing
a
it.
player at your waist. They can't look at when Sanchez was lighting up Dortmund. He comes there. You bring Pogba over. Even when you put
I
Ronaldo
like the
back.
sound effects. Man.
Yeah.
Ad-libs.
It's just everything. Like, I don't even know what they're gonna do to Cunha. Soon and Buemo. You know Buemo, you can see him there. Soon
I think one thing I would say about when they get Cunha back and then Buemo up top, I think they are.
No, they
missed
were
Cunha
dangerous
so much yesterday.
But your problems are going to lie at
missed
the
him so
back
much
because
yesterday.
yesterday
Something
all
happening
3
there.
goals was slack defensive.
Yeah, well, because and
well.
I know I keep saying this, but I keep thinking because it ends up coming back down to the instructions they have. You're asking these players to cover spaces that Declan Rice would struggle to cover because they're so huge, and you've got 4v2 in
I do
midfield.
agree with you though.
How
You're
is
not getting the
Ugarte-
best out of Bruno.
We're not getting the best. Bruno. So this is what I want to talk about. So the Daily Mail's come out and basically said, United sources say that it would be wrong to suggest that Amram's not being supported, whatever. But the report effectively says Bruno's unhappy at playing in his deeper midfield
You
role.
could
He
see
wants to
that.
play further
You could see
forwards.
that.
I agree. I'm unhappy with Bruno Fernandes playing there. The players, some of them have never felt comfortable in a 3-4-2-1. Feel that it doesn't suit their team the best, and that so therefore some of the players are kind of looking at Amram and going, "What are you doing?"
What did
And
Amarim say after you guys lost to Grimsby? Do you remember his after-match quote?
Yeah, he was going, "Oh, the players spoke loud."
Yeah, so what do you
And
think
then-
that says?
I don't know.
They're all
To this
saying
day,
you're
I have
rubbish,
no
mate.
idea what he meant.
They've got no confidence in it.
Well,
They're basically
to
saying what
see.
you're saying.
Imagine
Yeah,
that
I
dude.
That the system's
Oh,
wrong.
I love it.
They're saying that the system's wrong and they're not playing for him because they're not getting the best.
And then he came out a few days later and went, "Sorry, lads, my bad. I was a bit emotional."
No, I took him at his words.
I know,
Something
I do as
deeper.
well, but I don't know what his word is.
No.
He's so rubbish,
There's
mate.
something
I don't want to
deeper
swear.
happening in Man United in
can't
that
swear.
place, in that organisation, in that training ground. There's something in that cafeteria. There's something deeper happening there.
It's rotten from the
I
top to
don't
the bottom,
think
the
it's
whole
just
club.
It's rotten at the top, I
and
agree.
all they do, what is it? Blame it on the manager. Change manager. Beep. Change manager. Beep. Change manager. Beep. No, there's something.
No, but you
happening
can't
in
stick
there.
with his manager.
At the end of the day,
yeah,
you say
no,
it's
stick
something.
with him. They have to go
It's that Glazer family sat right at the top. That is
stick with him,
when
please.
you ask if
I
there's
mean-
something. That's what it is. It's our owners
Please.
being how they have been since they took us
Owners,
over.
don't sack him.
That's what it is.
Please don't sack him.
That's
yet.
what it
Please
is.
Let them go.
It's
through.
our
I beg,
owners at
I
the
beg,
very
please.
top. Ultimately,
I
not
reckon,
knowing
no.
what they're
I've said it previously. I said it on the show. Alex will attest to it. I said it on the DR Roundup show this morning. If United board have got any sense, they will reach out to Areola now and try and get him in by October the 11th, which is the next international break. If you continue with this guy, you're doomed. Honestly.
I think so as well.
He might get you
contract,
relegated.
please.
So.
He's still not won back-to-back Premier League games. He's had 31 goals.
I know.
They could
Crazy.
be facing relegation, you know.
See,
Absolutely crazy.
if you guys were playing well and losing like you did against Arsenal, right, but the trajectory was upwards, I would say, you know what, give the manager a chance, right? But the trajectory is not upwards, it's downwards. And the manager has already hinted that the players are not playing for him. So... But
I
you
just
know,
like
you
I
Anyway,
put it this way, you stick with him at your peril.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think he makes too many stupid decisions to stay in this job. That's how I see it. Is he makes so many little wins he can make. It's, you know, even if you want to stick your 3 at the back, go 3-5-2 instead of 3-4-2-1.
Yeah.
Give them 3 midfielders. So move Bruno into attacking 10 and play Mainu and Casemiro.
But here's
or
the problem.
whatever you
But
buy
here's
them.
the problem. The
3-man
manager says-
midfield versus a 3-man midfield. Have that the 3-man midfield is almost essential in the Premier League at the moment. Even because I think the only person who's managing to work it so well is Glasner. Glasner's managed to do the 3 at the back very
got the
well so
personnel
far,
for it, yeah.
but he's got the personnel for it, and like obviously he's too because he's running a midfield too. To be fair, with
But
Wilshere
here's
and
the
Morton.
problem with what you just said is that the manager has been unequivocal. He said that is my tactics and I'm sticking
that's
to
going
it.
to be his downfall.
Yeah, so-
it's little
down to
wins
the
he
board,
can
man.
make,
This is
little
down
wins
to
he can
your
make, and he
board.
doesn't do.
It's not
Yeah.
down to the manager anymore, Alex. It's down to the board. If you want to stick with failure, you stick with failure. If you want to change it,
well, he's already said he'll be happy to just walk away without
Which is
having a
crazy,
payoff,
by the
so-
way,
He's not
for a
passionate
manager
about
to
the
say
job.
that.
How do you have a manager that is not?
It's come out. It's come out today.
It is what it is.
Sorry,
That's
you go
what
on.
his face says. His face says you put the screen on him, you give him the microphone, he looks in the camera and says, you know what? It is what it is.
no, but you know
I
what
do
it is
my
as
way.
well, right? You know what it is.
You
This
don't-
is why I say it's all about the board. You saw what happened with Nuno at Forest when he came out with those comments. We all knew that he'd be gone. And what happened? Within weeks, Marinakis, because I know, right? Well, I don't know for a fact, but I think it's pretty clear. As soon as Nuno made those remarks,
Yeah,
Marinakis was on the phone to Ange. So look, because they sacked him on Friday or one day. No, it weren't Friday, but the very next day. Ange
Yeah, it was
being
like a Saturday evening at
So
11 p.m. or something.
That's what proactive chairmen do.
Yeah.
They think ahead, get rid, boom. If United stick with this guy,
It's just
You've
some
got more of
some
this coming.
things you just don't say. Like just bite
Keep
your
them in
tongue.
your head. Think before you speak.
Yeah, really it is. When Amarim's got time in his interviews where he's got time to think and speak, he comes across quite well, I think, overall. Like I compare him to Erik ten Hag at least as a bloke, much prefer Amarim. But it's the stupid on-field decisions and
I'm not so sure,
being because I think about how I feel about that. Ten Hag I end up just disliking by the end of it because he signed that new contract, but he was like.
But this guy's got the worst
but
ever
Amarim-
Premier League win.
Yeah, I know,
percentage
because
for
his
Man
actual
United.
coaching is he makes stupid decisions that he doesn't need to make.
Anyway,
That's just where it is.
talking about Amarim, I can't.
And
I prefer, or as a manager,
Yeah.
well, I
Alex
prefer
wanted to
Ten Hag
move
for
on.
winning 2 trophies. But Amarim, the idea of Amarim is
God.
much better than Ten Hag. But the reality of Amarim being so done with the decisions he makes means that I can't say I would rather Amarim than Ten Hag
Flex
because
has already
Ten Hag
said
at least
that
won
he was
trophies.
blinded by the Monclizzy and all that. Does that
Yeah.
apply to you?
Nah.
Monclizzy.
Yeah, the Monclizzy.
Because
all that.
it's because if I think about Amarim as a
CD
coach
runners.
and Amarim as a guy, they're different things. I like Amarim as a guy in
Yeah, but
general.
that don't make you a good
but
manager.
yeah, but that's what I mean.
thought
But
we
it
weren't
doesn't
gonna
make him a
talk
good
about
coach,
him that
and
much.
ultimately we need a good coach. But
Alex wanted to move on.
No matter
the one final thing I want to talk about that's happened
Jesus
today.
Christ.
Let's be done with United. Is international breaks. Is basically from next season, the October international break is being binned, and they're having a longer September one. So the September international break that's just gone, that's going to get longer.
I love a little 3-week break and go on holiday. It's cool as a content
Straight off the transfer window close. That will
I'm
go
out,
on for an
mate.
extra week,
I'm gone.
and then it means that there's not one in October, so it'll be then 6
I
straight
thought you
weeks
was
of
going to
football.
say there's been no international breaks, which have been fun.
Well, they're basically
that's what I was thinking.
moulding the two September and October ones together.
No, I do like international football, but the international breaks, man, they're very frustrating because you're just getting into the season and then bang, you know what I mean?
Hold that.
And there's injuries there sometimes, or Arsenal have been unlucky with some international players on injury, and it comes back and then it just affects the club. Like, yeah, go on, yeah, represent your country, cool, but then they play hard, represent, passion for their country, then come back, yeah, the club has to deal with it.
Actually, talking of that, isn't the AFCON coming up?
Yeah,
Yes.
AFCON
Salah's
is
going to be away for potentially 6 weeks.
Yeah, half our squad's away.
What's the dates with that one again?
January, isn't it?
It's the
don't think we're affected, are we?
it's end of December to it's like towards the end of December, like 21st of December. I think,
21st to the 18th of Jan.
to
I don't think Arsenal are that affected.
As United, we
If at all.
lose potentially Ahmad and Bumo, Mazwari.
Damn, you're
That would
finished.
be a
You're
Boomer would be
finished.
a
And
big-
Boomer-
That's it, I think, really, because we're going to lose Onana as well. But he got man of the match, by the way.
You're taking it.
That should be a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah. No,
you won't lose him because he's gone to them.
No, that's what I'm saying. We would have lost him, but he's gone. But on his debut, we got man of the match.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
They lost 1-0 when he got man of the match.
This is what I mean. Why are players that
And Højlund
play
scored
for
as
them
well.
leave and then they're thriving?
Yeah, I couldn't believe. I think that's more surprising than
There's
Onana.
something
But
there.
Højlund
There's
scored.
some-
Højlund scoring.
There's something.
He's a very fast striker who's gone to a much slower league. It's going to suit him very well. That's why we bought him initially, was because he's doing so well in
No,
Italy.
but his finishing at United was woeful.
Yeah, it was really bad. He tried. Højlund's downfall at United was he tried. Weird to say, but he almost tried too hard. Like he seemed so focused
composure.
on scoring, that he had the ball and he was like, I need to smack this goalward now, and then he ended up being at detriment to the team. I think that's why he
Do you
ultimately
think
did.
there's
Although
pressure, like playing for Man United, that it's just on them, like the pressure of
Yeah, yeah.
history?
I think there is a little bit. of that.
I think I know you mentioned Jadon Sancho earlier.
Yeah.
I think reason it ended up not working for him is because he couldn't hack it. I think Sancho just couldn't hack it.
I think so.
Yeah, I think he'll do better at Villa, and I think that's why he did well. When he went back
I think
to
they should
Dortmund.
call this show live at Old Trafford.
Well, we spent the first half an hour talking about Arsenal. No,
Let's talk about Arsenal, man. Are you not
we
entertained?
spent like 20 minutes talking about Arsenal.
Are you not entertained?
Bye.
Arsenal.
What are you, Gladiator or something?
No, but come on now. I mean,
Russell Crowe.
I've had to sit on these shows week after week with the likes of Alex and one or two others, Flex. Not so much
I
yourself.
gave you the credit though.
You did now about talking about Fossil Football,
I never
Stoke
said
FC, Long Ball FC, set bit. Look at Saturday.
Yeah, but bro,
we
do
were
it against
sublime.
Man City, do it against Liverpool.
Yeah, we can only
we can talk.
just one game at a time. I'm just saying.
I kind of understand it because that's the kind of, I think the mindset I'm at is that I want to see this against the big teams.
Yeah,
to be honest.
no, I agree with Alex.
You
we
won't
need
do
to
it
see
though.
it
You
against
don't
City.
set up like that against.
Well, we done
the
against
top
Real
teams.
Well, we'll
Madrid,
see.
but I just
We're
think
at home
more.
against City, so that's
In the Prem though. Don't chat about Champions League because you never won it. When it came to PSG, you couldn't do it. Doing long throws and that away.
Well,
Okay.
when it came to Madrid, a team that put you out, what did we do to them?
We actually beat them 2-0 as well.
Yeah, but anyway,
season.
what I'm saying is, and I
Come
don't
on,
want
Tess,
to be.
who won, Tess?
I'm just saying though that the performance against Forest was very.
Oh, it was
encouraging
great.
From
It
an
was very,
Arsenal
very
point
good.
of view.
I think, Arsenal. The truth is exactly what Alex has said. Is it's all good and well beating teams thoroughly that you should be beating teams thoroughly anyway.
Yeah. No,
but do it
you know what?
against the
That
players
is-
you're competing
yeah.
against.
No, but you know what? I'm going to say you're right about that.
Go
And John said
go
it too.
away to Stamford Bridge and try and blow them away. Go away to Man City.
I'm not
and
saying
try
that we're
and blow
going to
them
do
away.
that, by the way. I'm saying that
You should be.
sometimes, you know what it is, right? I'm going to say this, and you know what I mean? Like, this is just my honest opinion. Sometimes managers can stumble across things that works, even though they didn't plan it. So, for example, the injuries to Odegaard and Saka have forced him to make changes that normally he probably wouldn't have done. So we had Nwaneri in the 10, Madueke on the right. Now, I'm not saying that when Saka comes back, he's going to say, oh, yeah, mate. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you can stumble across things that work. So let's hope that the manager now, you know what I mean, something gets implanted in his head where he says, even if I go with my first 11, I've got players on the bench that can come on
Yes.
and make a difference.
Can I add to that? Because I feel like that's what even makes a winning side. Because it's like, if this happened last season, Saka injured, Odegaard injured, Saliba, and these are our rocks. We stepped into, I know it's not Forest, I'm not belittling them at all, but at the same time, we didn't have those players, and Rice was on the bench. And we performed like that with players that are not really the first team, but they're stepping up to fight for their place. That's the passion I want to see. That's what we have to go for. 'Cause that's what City was having. Like, if there's an injury, someone just come off the bench and step in. You know what I mean? So I think that was a big difference. That's why that game meant a lot more, because I saw people that wasn't as first team. Even like the defender, what's his name? Mascara.
Yeah.
Like, bro, he's solid.
No, he was
For
excellent.
like, what, 30 million plus add-ons? That is a bargain.
And that is why, again, as well, the Liverpool game was so disappointing, because I know Alex might or might not disagree, but I believe this wholeheartedly. If you look at our bench compared to Liverpool's, on that day, we had a stronger bench than them, and he didn't utilise it good enough. Yeah?
And also, and to further on to that,
So you
were
agree?
you were missing.
But it didn't matter.
You also, but you think about the overall
Isak
benches.
now as well.
You had Eze on the bench, and then in a real world, Martinelli's then swaps and he's on the bench, right? But then also at the same time, you'd have Saka and then Noni on the bench, and then Liverpool would have Ekitike on the bench with Isak ideally starting.
No, but Isak wasn't at the club. I'm talking about.
Yeah,
on that
no, I know,
particular
but
day.
I want to ask further: if everyone is fit, do you still think Arsenal have a better bench than Liverpool?
It's on a par with Liverpool's, definitely. It's on a par. Maybe not the striking situation, because obviously Havertz is not really a striker, and even if he is, he's not at the level of Ekitike. But what I'm saying is, on that particular day, we had a stronger bench in Liverpool, and it was I was absolutely flabbergasted to see Arne Slot making changes 10 to 15 minutes before Arteta did in that game. Remember, he made his changes on 60 minutes. We waited until the 71st
He's the
minute.
proactive manager.
Yeah, I thought Eze
the
it
reactor.
took
That is
way
why
too long to bring Eze on.
did.
I thought it was going to do it at half time.
I thought
should've.
I remember because we were watching it together, and then we
were.
were saying at half time, why does he bring Eze on? What's he going to do that Martinelli can't?
And as soon as you saw the momentum shifting
lot.
in that game, because we were actually the better team in the first half, but 5 minutes into the second half, it was apparent that Liverpool were getting things together. That's when he should have made his changes. Instead of that, it was actually Slot. that made the first round of changes on 60 minutes. We were all looking at each other at Box Park thinking, what? But anyway, that's gone now, and we look forward.
Yeah, I've got one last question I just want to ask each of you. So, for your respective clubs, Liverpool, Arsenal, United, Arsenal, who's been your favourite summer signing so far? Having,
Eze.
a month and they've all been in. You're going Eze?
100%. We've not seen the best of him yet, but I'm so excited by what he can do. You saw on Saturday his first full debut for the club, an assist, just the style of play.
He really wanted to score. You could tell.
Did.
He really wanted to score.
But just the levels, bro. Just the things he was doing with the ball, off the ball. We just look completely different with him in the team. So that's me, Eze.
Alex, have you got a favourite signing so far? Ekitike?
Yeah.
I think he's been class. I think he's been so good for you. I think it helps that he's come into an environment that's very, very settled. So I was thinking this earlier when we were talking about Šeško. I think swap them around, and I think it's still a similar scenario in that I think Šeško bags a couple goals for you, Ekitike struggles for us, because I think the environments are so different. But I agree. What about Ekitike? Is it the surprise?
I think it's the quick feet, the finishing ability, the link-up play, comes deep. He's a good ball carrier. It'd be interesting to see how his minutes are affected by Isak, but I think there's a plan there, and there's probably ways where they're both on the pitch at the same time. It could end up being Isak in a month though. I haven't seen him play for us yet, but I will be on Wednesday night against Atletico Madrid.
It will come on second half, do you think? Yeah.
Last 20, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be good. John?
All right, for me, Eze is more of the story, but what I've seen or what I want, I would say Gyökeres, reason being because we've been crying for a striker. How long has it been since Aubameyang that we've had an actual striker that is, your job is to get that ball and shoot it into the net. That's all I want. And I feel like Gyökeres fits that title. Like, we're not looking for flair. I'm not looking for a flick over the head. I'm not looking for you to pass back to the defence. I'm looking for you to take that ball, turn, or even already be facing the goal. Just be looking at the goal and just throw your head at it. That's it. Or kick it as hard as you can. So I think, and when I heard that bang against the post, I don't know. When I heard that noise, I said, yes, he's here. We've got this is what I've wanted. That noise and non-stop, so that every keeper that watches and sees that highlight thinks, oh my God. I want the keepers holding their head thinking the night before, like, bro, like, I don't want them to score, but I don't want to hold that shot in my hands. I want them to think to just move out the way when the ball's coming. So Gyökeres.
Yeah, I hear it. Mine will be Cunha for me. I know he got injured against Burnley, unfortunately, but he's just the type of player.
How long is he out for?
He should be back soon in a couple of weeks.
Over Mbeumo?
Yeah, and Mbeumo's, I think, the most nailed-on signing for us in terms of someone I think will just succeed. He's almost like I know you were talking earlier about like us tanking all players, but I think Mbeumo is he's a machine. He's just a machine on that wing. I think because he's just so individually good. I can see him continuing just being good. He will score and he will assist, which is what we need from him.
Yeah, he was the one United player yesterday that can come off that pitch with
I think 100%. But for me with Cunha, he's the type of player I just love. I think we missed him so much yesterday. Yeah, I really think he's the kind of player that will keep an opposition's defence on edge for 90 minutes. Where do you best use him? On the left. Or on the left or in behind a striker. Either. I think he's just a fantastic player. You need to give him some space and freedom. Well, on the left side of the field. But like obviously not like as a touchline wing. In the same way that you, like Eze's playing left wing in theory for you, but he's allowed kind of the space of that left-hand side of attack. Forward. I see the same for Cunha. Give him space, give him time, and just give him the ball.
He's quality.
Because I think it's almost to a certain extent of he doesn't necessarily know what he's doing before he gets the ball, so no one else does. But he's got the quality to just at any given moment go, bang, I'm past you. Bang, I'm flicking it here. Bang, you know what? No, I'm cutting, I'm shooting. Oh no, I'm going to go wide.
But midfield and defence are serious problems for you guys.
Yeah, I think Cunha's someone who I think will keep an opposition defence on edge for the entire 90 minutes, no matter what's going on in the game. So if we had him yesterday against City I think would have been a little less certain of how the game was going to go once they opened the scoring. Because at any given moment, Cunha can beat Kusanov, run past him, flick through, bang, suddenly it's 1-1. Like that's how I see him, and I think he'll be. I just love him as a player. Like he's the kind of player, and also the personality as well. He's just another one I think can shoulder what on earth is going on at United at the moment, and we never know. We'll figure it out, but only time will tell.
Exactly.
We've got Champions League is back this weekend. Sorry, midweek. Sorry, European
Tomorrow.
football's back tomorrow. I think is it Chelsea are playing tomorrow, I believe.
Well, I know we're playing tomorrow.
You're playing tomorrow as well. Liverpool are playing on Wednesday.
Chelsea on Thursday.
Wednesday.
Oh, Chelsea on Wednesday. Okay, but
We go to Bilbao tomorrow.
He'll be fine.
Hopefully.
Who's Liverpool?
I mean, you beat them up,
Atletico
didn't you?
Madrid.
Yeah, we smashed them. Beat 5-2 on aggregate, I think.
I think it was more than that. I think it was 7-1 on that.
This guy's confidence for Liverpool.
No, you're right. Actually.
Hey, Lord, Alex. Alex's confidence for Liverpool is just too much.
No, but that's smugness
too
and
much.
arrogance.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But even when I
What
said
we do though.
I must say on the first one, listen, Liverpool need to be stopped. You know what his response
Come and
was?
stop us then.
Exactly. You see that?
Come and
I
try
hope
it.
that turned into a meme. I swear down, please, I beg, I pray that come and stop us turns into a meme and we stop them.
wants us
Please.
to downfall, including
Please.
myself. Liverpool need to lose. Just a humble AGT. Come beat us then. Simple.
It will happen. It will happen.
We'll be patient.
You'll get your 1 or 2 cookings of me per season.
It will
but,
happen.
You know,
And
at the
when it
minute,
do-
people
when
are
it-
cooking
and when
me
it
for
does
not signing
happen-
Gay here, and that's it.
And when it does happen,
You'll
hopefully
be there.
we'll be
I'm
there
happy.
to-
I was happy.
You'll be there no matter
I
what.
cooked 2
Can't
last week.
sign Gay as well. He's not taking it. No.
But at the moment, you've got to say Liverpool, 4 games, 12 points, 100% record. That's how I'm looking at it. They are the benchmark. We have, as Arsenal, we need to... They've already beaten us this season. We need to overhaul them. Simple as that.
And you need to beat them at the Emirates.
We do.
When is that
do.
game? It's
it-
turn of the year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see.
There's no reason why we can't.
No, and you should be going toe to toe with them.
Yeah.
None of this corner shtick
7th of January.
at home. 7th of Jan. There you go. Very much turn of the new
night,
year.
That is.
Yeah, not for the faint heart.
Midweek game. Big midweek
Might
game.
have wrapped it up by then.
Hell no.
Until a couple
But
of
at the
injuries might
moment,
be coming
we've
your
got to
way.
be honest to say they are the team to beat.
They are. They have. I mean, they were the team to beat
they are
last
the team
season,
to beat.
and they spent what 300
spent the
million
money,
pounds on
but
players to increase your
They
stuff. Is it
spent the
more than
money,
that?
but to be fair to them, even though they're not playing at their best, they've won all 4 games. Can't argue with that, really.
Yeah, I mean, we'll find out. But
Well,
regardless,
we'll see. We'll
Thank you very much, guys, for coming on. It's been a pleasure. We've been at Live at 5, as we are every weekday on DR Sports. Live at 5. Remember the various different social links for all of us, including my new Instagram account, Dylan Talks FC, in the description. Make sure to follow everyone here. Follow John. Follow Alex. Follow Laurie. LL
Sports TV.
LL Sports TV, that's it. But apart from that, remember, we've got a load of content coming this week with the Champions League back, Premier League games obviously happening on the weekend as well. I am here live at 5 every weekday, and I will see you in 23 hours.